Today on Nebraska WoodSTR, we're going to find out how many rounds we can get out of a tank of gas. Now let's show you. Hey WoodSTRs, this is Mike. I would tell you I've been wanting to do this for a while and try and burn out a tank of gas a day on these piles here. And so tonight we're going to count how many rounds we get out of this pile. So should be interesting. We've got the Husqvarna 450 Ranchers, what we got with us tonight. So we're going to see. I know it's all going to be a little bit relative on how big of rounds you're cutting out of there, but anyway, I'm just curious, and we're going to find out. So, all right, let's get it. Well, you saw at the beginning of the video, today is April 18th, and I just started up the wood boiler. Told my wife, I know it's going to get cold again, but this will be the last time that I fire this thing up today or this year. We've been running since about November 20th, so quite a few months. So it's time for that baby to take a break here for about 6 months before we fire back up here next November. So anyway, you saw that at the beginning. All right, out of markings, I marked up 50 of them at 16 inches, and so we're at 50 right now. I was also thinking here, there's only one thing that's better than a beautiful sunset, and that's the sunrise, so you can get after it and get something done for the day. We're gonna mark up a couple more here and just see how many cuts we get out of this tank of gas. All right, here we go. Couple other things. You guys are probably wondering, why am I not working on the old Wolf Ridge up there? Well, as you can tell, we had about 3.5 inches of rain here over the course of the last 3-4 days, and it's really muddy up here. So when it's muddy up here, we break out the Ranger, we mud our way up into here, and then we run the saws when it's muddy. That way the sawdust helps keep the mud a little bit at bay. So anyway, that's why. Well, we're 50 cuts. Okay, take that back. We're 49. Don't want to lie to you. I missed one that we marked out earlier. So we're at 49 so far, and I got 15 more marked up. So it'd be 65 if I can get all the way through. But anybody that's ran a chainsaw for quite a bit out there, you know when you're virtually going to run out of gas. You can nail it within a couple of 2-3 cuts, and I think we're going to probably run out with about, I think we're going to get up to about 58 to maybe a full 60. I don't know, but I got 65 marks, so let's see how my senses are. Well, there you go. Counted them up. I had 15 more marked, and so ended up having 1 mark left. So the final count is 64 for the Rancher 450. Get you over here. Rancher 450. 64 cuts. So I got 64 rounds out of 1 tank of gas. I don't know how much gas is in there, but I'll tell you, my Holtz Formas, those big saws, they're powerful, but they're not getting 64 cuts. They drink the gas big time. So like I said earlier, it's all relative on what size you're cutting and what you're cutting. You know, some of that hard or dry stuff that's hard, like ash, boy, it's going to take a lot more gas to get that done. But this here group here, mostly elm, and that stuff cuts like butter, splits like shit. It's just the way it is. So anyway, had a couple of comments from you guys out there regarding my piles of red elm that I'm putting out there, and whether or not that, as it dries, becomes harder to split. I've cut split a lot of standing dead elm over the years, and it splits great. So it's got to be good and dry. But oh, hey kitty. One of the house cats came down to see what's going on down here. So the amount of coyotes that are running through here, she might want to be a little bit careful. There's one less. I shot one the other night off the deck, but yeah, she might want to be a little bit careful because there's about 6 of them running together. So yeah, she's got her work cut out for her. So anyway, back to firewood. Mostly all red elm. We're going to send it out there, but leave in the comments if you think doing this program is going to be a bad idea, if it's going to be even harder to split when it dries. But I'm not convinced. I've been in a lot of dry standing dead elm that splits fantastic, but it's got to be dry. So I'm not sure how long this shit's gonna have to sit there in order for it to get that dry. But anyway, always wanted to know how many rounds you could get out of a tank of gas. Tell Mama right before we're ready to wind down for the night, I'm gonna go run a quick tank out. Like I've always said, keep them chains rolling, keep that saw going and the chains rolling, and these piles disappear. So once she dries up here in this wood yard, we're gonna be able to get that old tractor back up here and start sorting through this, get these pieces into the right piles, and keep splitting away. But it's a little muddy right there in front of that conveyor, and she's a little muddy right there in front of that conveyor, and it wouldn't be fun. I'm just messing around in the mud there, and just really isn't all that safe. So we come over here and make mud into dry dirt with sawdust, and works pretty good. But anyway, the sun is now set, so we got to watch another sunset this evening out here, and glad you guys could enjoy that with me. You guys know the program. Thanks for all your support out there. Hit all the buttons, like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you on the flip side.